Well, hello and welcome everyone. On behalf of Genesis Chiropractic Software, I'm Dr. Tabor Smith, and I am here with Dr. Matthew Loop. And I have had the privilege of becoming a good friend of Dr. Matt's or Dr. Loop's. And I have to tell you, this guy is not only an amazing chiropractor, but he's just a phenomenal, he's an entrepreneur. I mean, this guy is all over the place. He's fired up. He's passionate about not only sharing, health and wellness with his community, but, there's just, when the old saying, when someone's on fire, people come to watch them burn. Well, that's the feeling I get every time I talk to Dr. Loop. And so he's just extremely inspiring. I want to encourage you guys, man, stick through this webinar all the way to the end, and I promise you it's going to take you to the next level, not only in your practice but in your life. And so that's why I appreciate spending time with Dr. Loop, is he just makes you a better person. So Dr. Loop, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day and sharing this valuable information with us. What I'm going to do is just, limit my introductions. I'm going to turn it right over to you, Dr. Loop, and I'm going to let you get started with your presentation. So thanks again for being here.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you very much for the kind introduction, and I do appreciate Genesis Software for having me on. Social media, as you know, has changed my life, and it does the same thing for other chiropractors that we coach every single day. So pay very close attention. Take notes. I'm going to give you everything that I got. I'm not going to hold anything back today. This presentation is called the 2013 Social Media Practice Growth Blueprint for Chiropractors: How to Use the Internet to Serve More, Dramatically Grow Your Practice, Multiply Your Revenue Without Spending any money on traditional advertising. So if we're not already connected, though, I'd like to invite every doctor on this call to go to facebook.com/Matthew J. Loop and connect with me on Facebook. I post periodic updates of the newest social media trainings that will help you grow your business and really just have more freedom and flexibility in your life. Now, the next thing that I'd strongly recommend you do is grab my free blogging success blueprint at dcincome.com. We just actually updated it to 2.0, 39 pages of top solid blogging content that will really help you create a blog that ranks #1 on Google, that ultimately gets more leads to your website, more traffic, and brings patients through the door. So this is one of the most downloaded documents in the chiropractic profession. So make sure you download that blogging blueprint right now at dcincome.com. So what's really at stake today? My mission is to personally empower as many chiropractors as possible to master social media, touch thousands, and leave a strong legacy and realize the life of prosperity and abundance like what I've been blessed with. Every doctor is capable of that, and truthfully, we have a message that can reach far beyond our local communities. So let's get the mindset in the right place. Now, if chiropractic as a profession were wealthy, we could buy critical mass. All the time we see pharmaceutical ads running 24/7 on television. I want the same thing for chiropractors. I want every chiropractor to be wealthy so we can ethically buy critical mass, as opposed to what this big pharma machine has done with unethically persuading people to take their toxic drugs and such. So, this information that I'll be presenting allows you really to reach more people in the community, which in turn will help you save more lives. We as a profession must truly master social media if we want to be mainstream. Today we'll be covering how to turn the internet and social media into a new patient machine that you couldn't turn off even if you wanted to. We'll talk about how to build online social proof so quickly that you're the obvious choice when anyone searches for a chiropractor in your area. We'll also discuss how to, at minimum, triple the amount of targeted traffic flowing to and from your chiropractic website through social media. We'll talk about better strategic marketing implementation that gives you a shortcut to fast practice growth today. We'll also discuss how to dominate the web and position yourself as the go-to expert in your city or town. We're also going to talk about how to grow your Facebook fan page numbers at light speed. I'm going to share with you the right way to follow up with potential new patients on social media. Unfortunately, most doctors never do this. I'll also share with you the best way to get more people off of social media like Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, and to get them into your office. This, by far, is the most important lesson, period. And we'll be discussing much more. So what the information will do for you, conservatively, when you apply this, everything that I've shared with you today, you could easily and without a lot of effort get an extra 15+ new patients per month passively just from the internet. It will allow you to get the chiropractic message of health into exponentially more people's hands than you ever thought possible. These strategies have the potential to bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars to your practice, potentially millions depending on how big your clinic is, over the long term. I've been using social media in our practice marketing since 2005, and the results have just been astounding. Aside from getting a few dozen extra patients per month, we've generated a lot of revenue, but as you and I both know, it's not about the money. It's about being able to reach and serve more people. Money is just a means to an end. It allows us to extend our service, extend our message beyond our physical means. So that's what I want for you. Now, if you are new to myself and who I am, I'd like to just briefly do an introduction. I graduated from chiropractic school in 2004. I'm currently the founder and CEO of DCincome.com, which is the world's largest social media training company for chiropractors. I've also founded a few other companies, Automated Social Networking and DC Mobile Text. Since 2005, I've personally trained thousands of chiropractors, online entrepreneurs, and top consultants, notable public figures on how to successfully build their brands and practices, monetize through the use of social media, and really to create real sources of passive income through the web. And if you want, you can always Google me to find any accolades, accomplishments, or testimonials about our services or products. So I've been immersed in online marketing since 2005, and really that's when social media was in its embryonic stage. Believe it or not, I was getting patients into my office from MySpace, of all places. And then, of course, when Facebook came around, we duplicated that system, and it really worked like gangbusters. I was spending 8 to 10 hours a day trying to master all that I could on these networks. And this is right around the time when everyone was calling it kid stuff, but I was actually seeing results in the clinic. So I was just totally blown away by what was happening. So I devoted a lot of time, energy, and effort. Throughout that time, the last several years, I've sold millions of dollars worth of products and services from the internet. I've also spoken at a lot of high-end social media conferences, and in my opinion, I operate the coolest, and it's definitely the most visited chiropractic marketing blog in the industry. But I also built from scratch a celebrity-like following using these same principles I'm going to share with you today, so you will be able to duplicate that. Now, this has also led me to become one of the highest paid internet marketing consultants in North America, so I encourage you, really, take notes. This information can change your life. I've invested a lot of money in me over the years because I'm a strong believer, like Dr. Tabor, your network is your net worth. It's the same thing, So if you want to grow in any area of your life, you need to associate with other professionals that are either at or above where you want to be. So if you want to grow your practice using, professional spinal screenings the right way, to generate a lot of income and serve a lot more people, then Dr. Tabor is the master at doing that. If you want to do the same thing with social media, I can definitely help you because I have experience actually building a practice using the web. So the bottom line is associate with those where you want to grow, and you will definitely be rewarded. But I did this, and I invested in myself so I could help other chiropractors financially grow, prosper, and experience more flexibility, and just have a better quality of life by strategically using the internet. But hey, by no means was I always successful. In fact, in early 2005, I distinctly remember being in my tiny one-bedroom apartment and just thinking about what a failure I was, because I tried a lot of advertising methods, and I was bringing some patients in the door, but when I got out of school, no one ever told me that I had to wait 2 months, 3 months, sometimes even more for an insurance reimbursement. So I was a slave in many regards to the insurance companies, and I tell you what, my credit cards were maxed. I had over $135,000 in student loan debt. I had $1,000 in bills due the following week. It got to a point where it was so low that my ex-girlfriend's father, he took me out to dinner, and he actually handed me a $2,000 check. I can't even begin to tell you what a humiliating and humbling experience that was. As I mentioned previously, I just felt like a total failure, less than a man, but it really turned out to be a monumental changing point, a shift in my life. Sometimes you do have to get to that bottom point where you can ultimately ascend to the mountaintop. And right around that time, that's when social media started to make its way onto the field. And I really learned all that I could, and of course, the rest is history. So I went through a lot of hard knocks that I can definitely prevent you from going through. But let's go ahead and get started right now. So why should you become a master at internet marketing and social media to build your practice? Well, the truth is, in no other place can you connect and reach so many qualified, real, prospective patients in such a short amount of time. It's almost like flipping a switch. Now, your marketing can be very efficient, systematic, and effective without ever leaving the comfort of your own home. Now, what I'd like to do real fast is get into some social marketing myths that maybe you have heard of. One, having a website is the same as marketing online, or having a Facebook fan page is the same as marketing online. The truth is it's not. Marketing is a proactive term. Just having a website or a Facebook fan page, hey, that's great, but it doesn't guarantee you traffic. We need to get visitors from our local area to our website so they can actually pick up the phone and call us. That's what I'm going to show you how to do in this presentation. All traffic is created equal. That's another myth. I'll share with you some of the best forms of traffic that you can get to your website that will convert into new patients. Social media is kid stuff. It can't be used to generate an extra 20 to 30 new patients. We've all heard that before. Of course, that's not true. Social media is unprofessional. That was a rumor, lie / myth that was floating around in chiropractic for a long time. And the truth is, it's how you position yourself that determines how professional you are. And we'll talk about the best ways to position yourself this evening so you can appear as a professional. Social media marketing takes a lot of time. That's another myth. It does if your strategy sucks. So what I'll do this evening is I'll pull back the curtain so you understand how to be more resourceful to get more done using less time. Social media practice marketing changes every other week. The truth is, while there may be some updates on Facebook or YouTube periodically, maybe they change the look of their homepage, the foundational core strategies don't really change that much. Relationship building has been the same since the dawn of time, really. We're just taking the offline methods that have worked so well and bringing them online. Now, some doctors feel that they don't need to be using social media for the practice this year, and in truth, that is a very, very dangerous statement because communication has shifted. You need to be where patients currently are. Patients are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, all these networks. Everyone is online these days. The truth of the matter is, if you go back 20 years ago, people would look at you as suspect and very skeptical if you weren't in the yellow pages. Nowadays, if you don't have a very strong, overwhelming presence online, people don't get to know, they don't get to like or trust you, so you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage. And the reality is, no more chasing patients. When you market with social media the right way, like you're going to learn, you use what's called attraction marketing. People are literally drawn to you like a magnet, so you, in a sense, become the hunted. Now, we're going to get into a social network right now that many doctors are still not familiar with, and it's called Pinterest. Pinterest is the fastest growing social network in the history of social networks. Most of its users are buyers. This differentiates it from Facebook and some of the other social networks. Most individuals are within the chiropractic demographic too, females ages 25 to 55. In fact, the social network itself is comprised of over 75% female. This is very huge. Pinterest actually delivers more website referral traffic than YouTube, Google+, LinkedIn, Reddit combined. Repeat that statement. Pinterest delivers more referral traffic than YouTube, Google+, LinkedIn, and Reddit combined. It is huge. That's why you need to be there. You need to be where the traffic already is. This is just an example of what my profile looks like here. And if you go to Pinterest.com/Matthew Loop, you'll be able to pull this up. Here what you can see is just my profile. And what these are, favorite travel destinations, books I strongly recommend. These are what are called Pinterest boards. Think of Pinterest as like a virtual corkboard for your office, right? You're pinning things on there regularly. Images are very popular. That's what you pin. You can also pin videos. When you can have different categories, really what I mean. So I have my wine cellar products that make me money, favorite watches, etc. So it's a kind of mix of business and personal things. And if you were to click on one of these specific categories, you would find all my favorite travel destinations. So you can pin different types of content onto each individual boards. Why is this important? Well, because as you start to develop your categories and your following, and right now we have over 1,000 followers on Pinterest, anything that you post there gets shared with your friends. And if you're strategic about it, you can link these images that you post to your website, so the traffic is now flooding back to your website. So here's some action steps that you can take right now. If you don't already have one, open up an account on Pinterest.com. And I've got some great free training videos at dcincome.com/blog. If you go there, scroll all the way down, and on the right-hand side, you'll see a category called Pinterest. Click that category, and it's going to bring up a few different videos that you can watch. I promise you they will be worth your while, and you'll really get to look over my shoulder and see how to effectively position and market yourself. Now, Complete your profile in its entirety once it's set up. Link to Facebook and Twitter. Make your chiropractic website /blog pin ready. All that means is you want to have a high-quality, high-resolution image on your particular website and or blog, because as people go to this site, they might want to share it on Pinterest, and the only way that they can do that is if you have an image on your website or the page that they're on. So make sure you do have a professionally done image. You can go to iStock or one of these royalty-free services to get one of those images for your website. Now you can start creating pin boards and also pinning different images from your site, from other people's websites, or just from other Pinterest users. And this is an example of one of my boards. This board is called Chiropractic Marketing. So if you click on this board, then you'll be able to see individual blog posts that I have personally pinned. So now once I pin this, it of course goes out to all my 1,000 followers. And the cool thing is they click this image, it redirects them right to my website where I want them. So this traffic is crazy. And to give you an example of just how much traffic and how viral these images can go, I showed an example in one of my social media elite trainings where I pinned an image of Venice, Italy. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have this image on my website, so I didn't get to reap the traffic, but I came back a couple hours later, and I found out that it was over 50 people had repinned this image. All that means is that 50 people saw this image, and they decided to share it on their profile with their friends. Now, very similar to Facebook, the average Pinterest user has over 200 friends and followers. So we're talking a lot of viral exposure, and right now I believe it's up into the hundreds of shares. So that's a really, really powerful, easy way to get traffic. As I mentioned, unfortunately, the image wasn't on my website. So just be strategic with how you tag your images. Now here's some tips for creating an authority profile. Use a professional headshot. Tell the community who you are. Tell the users what you do. Tell them about your practice or business. Share any credibility-boosting info if you're featured on mainstream television or different shows, or if you've been in major offline publications. Tell people what they'll find on your pin boards. Tell users what your goal is. If you have a specific follower goal, ask them to help you reach it. Include a link to your practice. Include a link to your Facebook profile as well. Now, to get a lot of followers fast, more followers simply equals more credibility. Social media is one big popularity contest, and the sooner you understand that, the better off you'll be. It doesn't matter if you're on Pinterest or Facebook or Google. If you want to perceivably have the most followers, the most reviews, the most pins, etc., and the stuff that we'll talk about today will help you get more viral exposure so you can be. But realize that social proof is a big, big factor and trigger why others utilize your chiropractic services. And the number one secret to getting traffic from Pinterest is really to get waterfalls of repins. Repins are when somebody just shares your content. It's like when somebody retweets on Twitter or they share your content on Facebook, right? We just want to get these repins or shares, and to do that you need really solid professional images, and you need to understand how to tag them accordingly. Now, tips for more followers, repins, and traffic. I don't have time to go into a lot of it because I have a 17-page PDF manual included within my flagship practice building training, Social Media Elite. But here's what you can use today, so make sure you write these down. Follow other users locally that you find interesting. I've got a great video tutorial on my blog. It's absolutely free about how to find others in your local area and to follow them. So make sure you do that, because every time you take an action on Pinterest, it sends an email to the other user. See, the cool thing about Pinterest is that it hasn't been saturated or watered down yet like Facebook. Most people have their Facebook notifications turned off because they get so darn many of them. Pinterest is not the same way. It's very fresh. It still has that shiny new object appeal. So you want to capitalize on that. Any action that you take, whether it's to like a post, a comment, or a repin, will be emailed to that user. So it's a very, very simple way to get free exposure for your chiropractic practice. Comment on other people's pins, add a follow us button to your website. If you look at my blog, you'll see I have a Pinterest icon where people can follow me on Pinterest. And if you go to any individual blog post that I have, you'll also see that I have a Pinterest pin it button. So all that means is that when somebody reads my blog post, they have an option to retweet the post on Twitter, to share it on Facebook, to +1 it on Google+, or to repin it on Pinterest. You want to make sure you have that repin button at the end of your content pin regularly, that's important, and name your boards accordingly, right? If you have separate categories or you want to feature other prospective patients in the local community, create a board for cool peeps in Atlanta or, some other city that you reside in. And set up an exchange. Daily to-dos, follow at least 5 people per day locally, like at least 5 images per day, comment on at least 5 images per day, and repin at least 5 images per day. This all can be delegated to your chiropractic assistant, or you can have somebody else do it for you. Very, very simple stuff, but just consistently doing this will lead to more website traffic, which will ultimately lead to more new patients if your website does a great job at converting them. So very, very powerful strategies. Pinterest is where you need to be for this year and beyond. All right, so let's get into Facebook real fast. Facebook has over 1 billion users. Most chiropractors are already on this network. Everyone is there, probably even your grandmother. The user base comprises adults over the age of 30, so by no means is it a kids network. It's very easy to connect and build relationships. Traffic generation is simplified, and you have the potential to go viral very fast. Now, there are a couple different types of Facebook marketing that I'd like to acquaint you with. One is the organic referral-based marketing, which is also known as free/earn. The other is, like business pages, likes, shares, comments, and check-ins. We'll get more into those a little bit later. Facebook advertising, the paid section, is the second type of Facebook marketing. Now, the Facebook ads or the Facebook advertising are what you see on the right-hand side of Facebook as you log in or as you go to your profile. There are a couple different types of ads that you can run, some even in the news feed. We don't, again, have time to get into a lot of that information. I've got a whole list of trainings, video trainings in Social Media Elite where you can access that. But for time's sake, I want to give you as much applicable organic information so you don't have to spend any money on advertising today. Now, here's some action steps to take. If you don't have a Facebook account, definitely create one. Then go to facebook.com/pages to set up a business fan page for your practice. Title is very important. If you've already created one of these business fan pages, I'm not going to tell you to create a new one because the last thing you want to do is manage 16 different chiropractic pages on Facebook, right? But what I did strategically when I started out is I knew Facebook got indexed very, very well on Google. And I also knew that people were searching for chiropractors in Lilburn, Georgia. So what I did is I titled my Facebook fan page, Chiropractor Lilburn, GA, and I had this straight line, Matthew Loop, DC, right? So if you were to go to Google right now and type in Chiropractor Lilburn, GA, this Facebook fan page pulls up at the very top without me doing any extra search engine optimization tricks or gimmicks. Very powerful, very simple strategy. And yeah, granted, this might only net us 1 or 2 new patients per month, but it's something that we don't have to consciously think about in terms of building a practice. So you should be having systems like this. And again, if you don't already have your business page up, you can easily set it up just like that. Now, once you hit 25 fans, this is really key. Go to facebook.com/username to select a vanity URL. That just means that you can go to facebook.com/ whatever name you select, and people will go there. It's a lot easier to remember, especially if you're doing billboard, advertising, television, radio. Rather than saying go to facebook.com/ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever numbers, facebook.com/ Lilburn Chiropractic. That's our username. We selected the keywords in the username, so we selected Lilburn Chiropractic, and that just helps you rank higher on Google too. My other business fan page is facebook.com/ Matthew J. Loop. That was a name that I selected because I wanted to brand myself, right? So go there and make sure you do select a username after you've created the Facebook fan page itself. You'll also want to get a custom direct response Facebook landing page with what's called an email capture form or opt-in box. This is very simple. Now, Facebook has this timeline cover graphic and image if you look on your Facebook fan page, and it's got 3 little boxes underneath where you can put different images if you choose. One of those images can actually link to your Facebook fan page. So you might have start here in big bold letters in one of those boxes, and it will redirect to a Facebook landing page. All this is a page that is directly on Facebook that has a title, it has an email capture form, maybe it has a video, and it has some type of call to action, right? So, or 3 bullet points. So let's say you're offering a free report, 5 questions you must ask before choosing a chiropractor. That's the name, that's the title. and maybe you have 3 separate bullet points telling people what's in it for me. Those bullet points should always focus on what's in it for me. Discover the number one secret to, blank, or, avoid the number one mistake most people make when seeing a chiropractor. I mean, you can kind of make it that way so they're avoiding potential mistakes or they're discovering the newest things that they need to know. Just make it a consumer-friendly guide. It doesn't have to be that long, but that's really how you bring people off of Facebook. You got to capture their email so you can get them onto your email list and bring them off of Facebook. It's very, very important. So you definitely want to use that. Now, some more Facebook fan page marketing tips. Have a laptop in your office. Get patients to log in and like your Facebook fan page right then and there. You don't get penalized like you do on Google for having people on the same IP address log in and like your page. There's nothing wrong with that. They can even do it on their mobile device in the office. It's totally up to you. That's an easy way to get people to like your Facebook fan page so they can stay connected. Invite your email list and subscribers if you have an email list of patients or prospective patients. Embed a Facebook fan page widget on your website. What the widget is, if you go to my blog at dcincome.com/blog, you'll see a Facebook fan page widget. And you're going to scroll down on the right-hand side, you'll see this little box that says, 6,900 people like Dr. Matthew Loop, and you'll see pictures of friends. All that does is it builds massive social proof on your website, and it helps people stick around longer, and it gives you credibility within the marketplace. So have that on your site. It will also get you more fans as those individuals go to your website. You can have a signature in your email block about your fan page, make a compelling welcome video. You can distribute online press releases or create blogs about this new page that you have up, run Facebook ads to this landing page or to your actual timeline image, or I'm sorry, your Facebook fan page. The advertising platform is great because you can simply flip a switch and generate local targeted traffic to your Facebook fan page, to your website. There are many, many ways to utilize that strategically to pull crazy clicks and patients with that. Currently, we're experimenting with a method that gets us between anywhere from 8 cents per click to 25 cents per click on Facebook, which is huge. That's also contained in the Social Media Elite trainings if you would like access to that. Now, you can also run a contest. People that are on your Facebook fan page, or just tell people in your clinic, we're having a members-only contest. You have to be a subscriber to our Facebook fan page to be involved. That's another way to get people to participate. I know doctors that have went crazy in giving away free iPads just to really boost their Facebook fan page numbers. So you do whatever's more comfortable for you, but that's a great way to build your fan base. Link to Twitter and tweet your followers is another simple way. If you have patients or fans that are using SMS marketing is basically text message marketing, right? You've probably seen these advertisements online or on television or even in your local retail stores that talk about text, pizza to 555-5555. And all that does is helps you build a subscriber list off of Facebook, but you can let them know about your Facebook fan page too. The cool thing with SMS marketing is that SMS marketing actually has the highest open rate of any other medium. In fact, over 95% of individuals with phones, they see their text messages. I mean, think about it. The last time somebody sent you a text message, you typically read it, and the statistics prove that most people open those text messages within 30 minutes. So it's really the ultimate form of direct response in that regard. So if you're using that, great. If not, you can go to dcmobiletext.com to get more information about your practice and how to use it. Use print media, television, or radio. If you're currently spending thousands per month on television or billboards or radio, then definitely mention your Facebook fan page when you have that vanity URL, so you can easily direct people to facebook.com/Lilburn Chiropractic, so you can make the most out of that advertising. Display a sign at your practice. Have a link to your personal profile, and you can use the Facebook share button and suggest your page to your friends. Write a blog post. We talked about that. More action steps that you can take. You can send friend requests still on Facebook. This is great. I'm not sure how long you're going to be able to do this because Facebook has evolved into more of a business, and it seems like they do charge for a lot of things now. But send a friend request to 3 to 5 people every single day with a warm message attached. Something like, hey, I saw that we were neighbors in Gwinnett County, or I saw that you were friends with, so-and-so on my profile. Would you like to be Facebook friends? That's all you need to say, nothing spammy. You don't want to put your links in there or anything, but that will help build your network, and it's a very simple way to connect. Most people are on social media to be social. Pretty common sense if you think about it. So don't be shy and don't be afraid to connect with others. Facebook all the time recommends you other people to connect with as well, so they want you to connect. Now, update your social statuses on Facebook a couple times per day. I usually don't do it more than 3 times per day. And the only reason is because, it can get annoying. Even some of the people that I really love and enjoy, if they update their page too much, it really swamps the news feed, and it just really depends. So 3 times per day is a good guide, and you'll have to gauge your analytics to see which times are best for you. If you understand how Facebook works, you'll understand that they've ushered in what are called promoted posts. So before, you could be able to post a status update, and it would be seen by 75% or 100% of your friends or fan base. That's not the case anymore because Facebook is trying to make money, really to appease shareholders. They turned into a business, so you have to use what's called a promoted post to reach your fans. If you pay an extra $10, like on my profile, if I wanted to reach all my close to 7,000 fans, I pay $15 to $20 to reach them with a status update. I don't particularly care to do that, but there's really not much you can do right now, and you want to get your high-quality posts in front of as many eyes as possible. So, again, I have video trainings regarding that in Social Media Elite, too, if you have questions. Now, update your social media statuses as we spoke about, but you also want to post high-quality information or information graphics, images, quotes of interest, jokes, open-ended questions. These are things to build liking and trust, and you have to realize that everyone doesn't give a damn about chiropractic or health and wellness. We're chiropractors, we're passionate and enthusiastic about this stuff. However, most people are not that way, so you have to really appeal to all the personality types that will frequent your profile. This is really, really crucial to understand because you don't want to turn people off. Now, here's some more important action steps to take. You want to engage with your audience, friends, and fans regularly to show that you actually care about what they have to say, right? It's, a lot of doctors, they seem to post these status updates and post and post and post without any engagement on the profile. See, when you comment on a thread, when you like an image or comment, that tells somebody that, hey, I'm listening to what you have to say. You're important to me. It's not rocket science here, but you want to make sure that you engage or have your CA do it under your profile just to show that you are listening. It really, really goes a long way in terms of building relationships. No one wants to have a one-sided conversation. No one wants to, I've seen threads, even from public figures that I've worked with. They will post something online and get literally 100 or 1,000 comments and not post anything in the same thread. It's so, mind-boggling because there's so much money being left on the table, and you're almost doing damage to the relationship. If you're going to be on social media, you have to be social. Now, the next thing that you can do is run Facebook ads daily to your Facebook fan page, to that landing page that we spoke about. That will help get you a swarm of local targeted traffic that you will be able to convert. But Facebook traffic is different than Google AdWords. People are not actively searching for chiropractors on Facebook, so that's why you have to get them onto your email list first, educate them, and then they'll come into your office. But it doesn't work. You can't just drive them to a special offer because that's not how Facebook traffic works, and it doesn't convert too well. Now, you can use the Facebook search to find local businesses in the area to join and interact. This is very, very powerful, and let me give you an example of what happened to us in our office. There's a company called Chick-fil-A. Maybe you've heard of them. They do a lot of advertising in our area. They have different types of fast food restaurants all around, but one location in particular is located in the Lawrenceville-Lilburn area, and that's directly where we draw patients from. So one of the things that I looked at before is I saw how they were actually sending all these advertisements to their prospective customers. They were blasting television. They were blasting the radio and all these other print forms of media. And I'm thinking, we got to be able to piggyback on this in some way, shape, or form. So that's exactly what we did. We found Chick-fil-A's page on Facebook, that same exact page that was local to Lilburn and Lawrenceville, and then I used Facebook with my fan page. So Facebook gives you an option to use the social network with your business page. So anything that you post on there, whether it's a status update, whether you comment or you like, it's going to show your business page actually liked that content. It's very easy, and it's a free form of advertising, really. So as Chick-fil-A posted things, I would basically comment on their threads. And it's not something, again, that I had particularly eaten, so I would comment on things that I knew about, right? I wouldn't go in there and try to blast them for the unhealthy food. What I did is I went in there and just was strategic about it, added value to the conversation, and anytime I would post something or like an image or things like that, it would show up as chiropractor Lilburn GA likes this image. It's pretty strategic, right? So now we're getting all this free press and publicity just by using using Facebook in this way. And we even had a couple patients that same week that say that they found us on there. So again, we're just capitalizing on the thousands of dollars, probably tens of thousands that are spent every month by this other company. That's just one example of how you can use Facebook search to find other local businesses and landmarks, and you can like them with your business page and then really start to network in there and just be a good resource and get patients. Very slick strategy that works very well. Now, the next cool strategy that I'm giving you is the check-in feature. This one is awesome simply because the average Facebook user has over 200 friends on their profile. And when you check in or when somebody checks into your chiropractic practice, it basically lets their friends know that, hey, John Smith was at so-and-so chiropractic. It's an indirect referral, and as you know, referrals are some of the best forms of patients that we could potentially get in our office. So you have a check-in incentive plan in the office. I recommend doing this like an everyday thing. Have some type of instant gratification incentive attached to it. It's up to you to what you can do with your state. Check with your state board first, but who knows if you wanted to, everyone that checks in today, maybe you're offering them a $5 off their copay, or anyone that checks in today, you're offering a $5 Starbucks cord. Maybe it's an additional service, or maybe you have daily contests in the office. There's a lot of cool things that you can do, but realize, if you're seeing 100 or 1,000 patients per week and 20 to 30% of them are checking in every single time, you are getting a massive amount of free exposure that you couldn't even buy. This is stuff that can go on for you 24/7, and you're just really harnessing a strategic protocol in the office. So most patients you'll find, too, have smartphones like an Android or iPhone. They can also check in on your laptop in the office. That's perfectly fine, but most people have the Facebook app on their smartphone anyway, and there's a little section on there that says nearby places, or sometimes it will say check in. That's how you navigate there. Very, very simple stuff, but another easy way that you can really dramatically boost your website traffic by 2 to 3 times, as well as getting more people into your chiropractic office. So hopefully that made sense. All right, on with this information. I know today is like drinking from a fire hose. Hopefully you're taking some furious notes, but I wanted to over-deliver with the value because, trust me, social media can change your life like it has mine and thousands of other clients that we've worked with. And right now we're coming up on a sweet spot. If I had to say one thing out of any social media marketing strategy that's been responsible for me, becoming famous in a couple different markets, it's video. YouTube in particular, if you look at my videos from 2005, 2006, they sucked. They were just horrible. But I leave them online just as a reminder of how far that I've come. And even if they were so horrible, people connected and they bonded with me, which ultimately led to patients in the office and, me catapulting really into as a leader in chiropractic in terms of marketing and influence. So it's really, really powerful. So you've got to be on YouTube, not just YouTube, but you've got to have an understanding of how to take those same videos and market those videos online so you can get the maximum amount of views and exposure every single day. YouTube is the second largest search engine online behind Google because people would rather go and they would rather watch a video than to read some text. And this is common sense stuff. Over 3 billion video views happen every single day. In fact, YouTube has over 1 billion monthly visitors monthly users that frequent the site. Major TV networks are actually in a panic because everyone's turning to YouTube now for their news and stuff. No one wants to watch the extended commercials on regular television. Unfortunately, we're starting now to get commercials on YouTube, but they're not nearly as long. In fact, 5 seconds or 30 seconds. So understand that, yes, I mean, there's been a major shift, but people are going to YouTube. That's where the traffic is. So that's where you, as a chiropractor, need to be. Now, there are a couple types of YouTube marketing in particular. One is the organic, where you basically upload and you optimize a video to get it ranked high, to ultimately bring in leads and traffic to the practice. The next one is the paid YouTube sponsored ads, which is really similar to Google PPC or Google AdWords. We're not going to get into the Google AdWords at this point in time, or the PPC component of YouTube, but just know that that's there on the right-hand side. Where to start? This is a money question I get from a lot of doctors. First, you want to have the appropriate technology, but the truth is most technology now is fully equipped to handle video. Like if you have a smartphone like an iPhone or Android, they have great quality video. Flip cameras are great. An older version is a Kodak ZI-8. That's a couple years old. I'm sure there's a newer version by Kodak or some of these other companies. Go to your local electronics store like Best Buy. You can find great technology for under $200. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg. In fact, most digital cameras have video capability too these days. Get a tripod or an assistant to help you shoot. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make is having a wobbly camera. Make sure that you do have an assistant that has a still hand, or you do get a tripod. Also, make sure the lighting is great. Natural lighting always works better, and preferably on a cloudy day. But if you have natural lighting on your office, that works good too. But just see how it looks. Find something aesthetically appealing in terms of scenery with good natural lighting. Could be in or out of the office. If you watch some of my videos are in my office. Some are at home. Some are in Costa Rica. I mean, I like to take people on a journey with me, and you should too, because that helps to build rapport, enhances the connection, and gets people to know, like, and trust you very, very fast. Now, videos can be with you as the doctor in them, which I recommend at least 75% of your videos be with you in them. They can be patient video testimonials or simple animated slideshows or PowerPoint presentations like you're seeing right now. Now, be professional, but not always. Be authentic. Be true to your voice. You notice that I don't wear a shirt and tie in every video simply because that's not the real me. There's a time and place to be professional, but the truth of the matter is it's the content that you deliver and ultimately that determines your professionality. And if you do come across in a professional manner, obviously you don't want to be in jeans and a T-shirt if you're talking about something really, really serious. And people do have a certain expectation of what a, quote, doctor should be, but that doesn't mean you're necessarily wearing a white coat either. But just, once people hear you speak, that's the most important factor. Connect with your audience. Get in front of the camera a couple times. You probably won't like the way that you sound or you look, but the great news is that you'll be able to get over that relatively fast and just keep pushing forward. I know sometimes it can be difficult to talk to an inanimate object. Well, as you fall into your own, you'll really start to feel, and as you start to get good feedback online, you really get energized and enthusiastic. Video is just such an easy way to convey a message to your prospective patients or your current patients. Now, here's the magic video formula that I want to share with you right now. Videos should be about 2 to 3 minutes in length at maximum. Anything over that, you're going to lose attention span. So these are short, bite-sized videos. The truth is, most people, when they search online, they don't search for wellness. They search for chiropractors. They search for specialists. They search for different types of conditions. So what you want to do is you want to strategically position your video content in front of those search terms that people are already looking for, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to create these short 2 to 3 minute videos where we'll just get our message in front of the appropriate person. So let's say we're speaking about fibromyalgia in one of our videos. We talk about fibromyalgia, open the video up, introduce yourself, talk about fibromyalgia, what it is, who it affects, and then from there, what you can do is you want to give some value that helps to increase that person's quality of life that same day. And then after you've done that, issue a call to action. Tell them exactly what to do next, right? Never assume people know what to do next. If you want them to visit your website, tell them to visit your website and click the link. If you want them to call your office, tell them exactly what to do. Very, very key. Relax, be yourself, don't suck. How we suck is when we're not ourselves. So always issue a call to action at the end. Video marketing strategy, write this down. Create 24 videos for different specialties / conditions that people are searching online. You might already see these conditions in your office, whether it's fibromyalgia, weight loss, headaches, back pain, things like that. Whatever however your office is tailored to, and create short, informative videos. And we did that. And what you'll find is that if you Googled low burn headache relief, you'll find several videos that are on the first page of Google right now, without really hardly doing anything, just by how we strategically titled the video. The name of the video is Low Burn Headache Relief, Matthew Loop, DC. And in the video description box, we actually put the same keywords. There was a couple sentence description, plus we had low burn headache relief somewhere in there. And then in the keyword tags on YouTube, we also put low burn headaches, low burn headache relief, and variations of those tags. That just helps YouTube and Google to recognize that video as congruent with the same area of their search engine. So the keywords definitely have to be in the titles, the description, and also the tags if you want to get indexed high. And if you're not in an as competitive area, you might find that your videos automatically get indexed on the first page of Google and have several on the first page. Very, very simple strategy. Now, submit your video to YouTube first, obviously. Optimize it with the keywords in the descriptions like we just spoke about, and then make sure you take that same video and upload it to the dozens of other video sharing networks that are online. These communities have cult-like followings. YouTube, people are loyal to YouTube. You'll have some other people that are loyal to, let's say, Vimeo, or loyal to Dailymotion. There's a lot of different sharing networks online. So upload those. You'll get more views. The only thing better than having your video on one social network is to have it on 30 to 40, so you get more views, more exposure, more traffic to the site. And eventually what's going to happen is you're going to surround the market. You'll literally saturate the entire area so that you are the only choice. So when somebody does search online, they see something like this, right? Low burn herniated disc, and they see 6 or 7 videos on the first page of Google. That's very, very powerful stuff. And granted, this is not a super high volume search term. It only gets what they deem as 40,300 search results per month, basically. But the truth is, only 40,000 search results, and not a lot per month. But we might get one patient out of this one video, this search term, every single month. That said, hey, we saw your video online about herniated disc relief. We thought we'd come in and get it checked out. So very, very key. If you distribute dozens and dozens of these videos, you're going to have an overwhelming amount of content online, and it just exponentially multiplies from there. So hopefully that made a lot of sense in terms of the video marketing. I'd like to transition right now into our final topic, and one of the most important, Google Plus Local / Google Places. It used to be known as Google Maps, and it used to be known as Google Local Business. Seems like every other day it changes the name. But know that this is the section where if you Google, let's say, Atlanta Chiropractor, the first 7 listings that come up are those Maps listings. And you'll see this little pinpoint there with the map next to it. Those are the Maps listing. It's the most valuable real estate on Google, in my personal opinion. Formerly known as Google Maps. People buy chiropractors like they buy books on Amazon these days. The first thing that they want to see your reviews, your feedback online. So if you understand this process in social proof and use the blueprint that I'm going to share with you, it's almost like cherry picking for new patients every single month. I know doctors that pull an extra 15 plus new patients per month just from the Google Maps listings. That will depend on, of course, how searched your area, if you're in a bigger city or rural area, but it doesn't hurt you at all. And you'll pull patients definitely from this listing, so it doesn't cost you one single dime to do. Now, if you don't already have a Google Places account, you'll want to set one up. I believe this is the correct address unless they changed it, but just type in Google Places on the Google search engine yourself, and the first listing will pull up. You can create your account. Once it's created, then you'll want to verify the account. They'll send you a PIN in the mail that you call in, basically, and you basically verify that you're the owner. Complete your profile in its entirety, adding photos, descriptions, and videos, etc., and things like that. Here's the ranking formula. This ranks you number 1 almost every time. I would say like 99% of the time. The only X factor is the distance from your office, really. Sometimes Google has what's called a centroid. They pinpoint this location in the center of a town, and you might not be the closest to that. So location can be that 1% X factor. But overall, here are the primary factors. I don't have time to go into all 32 ranking factors right now, but I am going to give you a cheat sheet PDF that you'll be able to look off of and download these 32 ranking factors. The profile needs to be completed in its entirety. That's very important. Have a disproportionate amount of reviews than your competitors, right? This is social proof. So if the guy down the street has 20 reviews, make sure you have 60 or 80. We're talking 3 to 4 times the amount of reviews. That's the ideal scenario. And once you get 3 to 4 times the amount of reviews, then you can go on to another review network like CitySearch, Yelp, Angie's List, etc. So Google Places is the most important because it reaps the bulk of the traffic right now. Get regular and anchor text backlinks. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Now the resources page is where I'm going to give you the document that you'll be outlining the 32 ranking factors. So you'll have those. You'll know exactly some of the other factors that play a big role. Social shares are another one, of course. When people like your content, they like your Google Places profile on Facebook and things like that. Never let social proof work against you. This is one of my number one rules online, really. Whether it's Facebook friends or fans, YouTube videos, views, comments, or ratings, Google Places reviews, and feedback, the web is one big popularity contest, and you absolutely must win this contest if you want to have the lion's share of new patients coming to you as opposed to the doctor down the street. Here's how to aggressively get reviews for your chiropractic practice. One, you want to integrate an in-office procedure on the 6th or the 7th visit just so it becomes automatic. When people are feeling enthusiastic and really energized about chiropractic care, that's when you want to hit them and say, hey, Mrs. Jones, we're very thrilled that you've noted such great results with chiropractic. And tell you what, we would love your feedback online. And if you give us your feedback about your experience in this office by this Friday at 3 o'clock, we're going to be able to give you this special thank you gift. It's normally valued at $50, but it's yours. It's just a way of saying thank you for letting us help you, right? That wasn't salesy at all. It's just a simple script that asks a patient for their feedback online. Notice how I didn't say I would love a 5-star review, or I don't make it leading, but most patients give us 4 or 5 stars anyway. So, I mean, you're going to find the same thing. It only builds social proof, so it has to be automatic. Just like your report of findings is automatic on your first, second, or third visit, or whenever you do that, your review protocol should be automatic as well. Ask patients directly. You or your CA can do this. Always give a deadline, preferably on the next visit. So if you see a patient on Wednesday, give them a deadline by Friday. That's going to make them act very fast, and it's going to be fresh in their mind. I like to give them an incentive as well, but check with your state board to see what you can and can't do. Send an email campaign to your patient list, but not just any script, and I'll actually get into that because I have a special surprise for you today. Get a minimum of 5 reviews every single week. Write this down. This goes into the Google Plus local strategy. So make it a goal to get a minimum of 5 reviews every single week from patients in the office. Quadruple or triple your local competitors so you're the no-brainer, obvious choice. Build links to your Google Plus listing or have somebody do it for you. Links are like votes online, and if you get links from high-quality sources, that really helps to determine your ranking in many regards. Obviously, you need social shares. You need people to tweet the listing. You need them to share it on Facebook, things like that, because social shares are the new currency online. I have a separate backlinking service you can check out at dcincome.com/backlinks if you need help building links to that profile. Get social shares, tweets, pins, etc. Now, here's a resource page for you. On this resource page, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give you my Google review scripts, right? This script is extremely powerful because you can use this to send it to your patient list. You send one email on a Wednesday, you'll send another email on a Friday, and then a third email that same Friday 4 hours before the deadline, and you're going to be amazed. I mean, some of the results that we've seen are 20 reviews in a matter of just 3 days. In fact, I just had a patient, or one of my clients, she had implemented it for her office in Canada. They had 20 reviews the first day and wrapped up with 43 total reviews in just a few days. Now, Google is going to filter some of those reviews, just like Yelp. There's nothing you can do about that, and you just have to consistently get those reviews. I know it's frustrating. What you can do, I've written a blog post about how to report Google and Yelp to the FTC. We're not going to go into that right now, but filtering reviews in my mind is unethical, but you got to consistently get those reviews because they matter very, very much in terms of social proof. So don't be frustrated, but I can guarantee once you use this script that you'll have a lot of those reviews stick online, and you will be the go-to authority in no time. And then you can basically take that same script and use it as an in-office protocol. And so the pages that you want to go to is dcincome.com/resources. So go there right now. This page is only going to be online for a limited time, and the reason why is because I get a lot of other individuals that like to swipe and steal my stuff that claim it for their own. So I want to specifically have this practice building information for you since you took the time on this webinar and you've listened all the way through here. This is really going to help you build social proof. As I mentioned before, I've got clients that get an extra 15 plus new ones per month just from Google Places if you do it right. The reviews make a big, big difference. So on this resource page, you'll find that review script. You'll also find the 32-point checklist. So dcincome.com/resources. Make sure you check that out right now. Now, hopefully you found a lot of value out of this information today. I know it was like drinking from a fire hose, but usually I find that there are 3 types of doctors here on the webinar. Now, you thought this was the first type of doctor you might be. You thought this presentation was very informative today, but honestly, you're probably not going to do much with it. Hopefully that's not very many people, honestly. The second type of doctor you might be, you've seen this information, you've received a lot of value, you know the internet and social media is not a fad, and you're really anxious to apply what you've learned to your practice ASAP. You also really want to take your online marketing to the master level so you can become the most famous chiropractor in your area. You want professional guidance by somebody that's built a chiropractic practice with social media. And the third type of doctor you might be on this call, you just don't have the time, energy, or want to put in the effort to learn the marketing yourself. You just want somebody else to do it for you. Now, if you fall into category 2, I'd like to share with you the best way to further shortcut your way to an extra 20 to 30 new patients or more from the internet each month. What I shared with you today will get you going really, really strong, but we only had 1 hour together. Normally, I do entire day seminars regarding social media marketing, total immersion days, in fact. The system that I'm about to share with you is very reliable when you implement the social media marketing strategies. In fact, even a second grader can do this. It's not that it's so difficult. It's a little bit of a new language, yes, but listen, we had biochemistry in school. That was 1,000 times more difficult than social media marketing will ever be. Now, there's no need to be a technical genius. You get to look over my shoulder as I hold your hand because they're video tutorials. This system to date has generated over $57 million in chiropractic practice revenue for doctors worldwide. We've got doctors in in many different countries that are using this particular system. So it's used around the world, and it's used by over 5,500 doctors, which is the most utilized social media marketing program in the profession. Now, this is Social Media Elite, as I referenced before in the course. It's an A to Z home study training that works for any type of practice. It doesn't matter if you're personal injury, if you're subluxation-based or neuromusculoskeletal. This is my flagship product. It's 4 digitally delivered modules, over 50-plus training videos, and 5 PDF manuals, has over 12 hours of effective practice-building content without a lot of the BS that you don't need. The truth is, not all social media will build your practice. I would say about 90 to 95%, in fact. You're going to get the small percentage of information, the strategies and tactics that are going to actually grow, that will lead to more website traffic and patients in the office. Now, this system was created by a chiropractor, myself, who built a widely recognized practice using the internet and social media. So I'm not really just a consultant. I have firsthand experience using this information. Now, there's also a 6-month money-back guarantee on this training. I'm so confident in what it will do for your practice that we offer a 6-month guarantee. No other course in chiropractic actually offers that long of a guarantee with the program. Now, here's what you get in the system. You get Facebook organic referral marketing strategies. We reviewed a few of those today, but there were so many that we didn't have time for just because this is only a 1-hour presentation. Facebook ads marketing, this is an ultra-effective way of growing your practice and getting more traffic. I'm going to share with you several video tutorials that will help you get a ridiculously low cost per click and just flood your website traffic with local targeted prospective patients, and I'll even give you sample ads that you can swipe. Google Places / Google Plus local marketing, I'll show you everything that you need to know in a teleclass about that. Online press release marketing, we didn't even have time to touch on this, but it's a very powerful medium to get you in the major news outlets, get more press and publicity for your practice, and get you more links to the site. Article marketing, we'll talk about that, how to effectively take and create and distribute your articles. Search engine optimization, how to get your chiropractic website ranked #1 on Google. It's changed a lot in the past couple years, so I'm going to give you a couple different cheat sheets that will help guide you through what the new rules are and how to really optimize your presence so you can rank number one for any keyword online. You'll also discover link building strategies, video marketing. You'll look over my shoulder as I guide you through and walk you through YouTube, how to navigate the network, how to really siphon traffic off of competitors, how to get the most exposure, and ultimately how to get more patients using video. Chiropractic blog marketing. You'll discover Twitter marketing for chiropractors. Twitter is one of the most powerful networks that I've ever seen. I use it all the time, and I use it to grow my business, and it's probably not how you think. A lot of doctors, they just don't understand Twitter, but it's a real-time feed network. I've literally had clients get patients within a few minutes of getting on Twitter through some of the strategies that I've shared. So a very, very powerful way to connect real-time with your potential patients. Outsourcing and leveraging. By no means do I want you to think that I do all this stuff myself. I am very big at being resourceful, and I know when to strengthen my strengths. I also know when to delegate my weaknesses, and I want to show you the exact same thing so you can be more effective and you can leverage your social marketing to grow your practice. I'll also give you a quick start manual and task list. If you enjoyed this presentation and you liked how systematic and laid out it was, I'm going to give you this task list that will make your marketing much, much, much easier, and ultimately you'll grow much faster because of it. Here's what Social Media Elite will do for you. It will dramatically get you more new patients from the web each month. Even if you're already implementing social media marketing, this is a better way to refine and tweak your strategy so you're able to maximize your effectiveness. It will show you how to blanket and dominate Google, get into every single nook and cranny, and rank number one online. It will help make you the most recognized chiropractor in your town or area and really help you to create fame and credibility. It'll also help you become an unstoppable public relations machine so that anywhere somebody searches online, they see you and your content. It'll help you maximize your effectiveness with social media. It'll get you measurable and exponential increases in your website traffic, and hopefully you have a Google Analytics or tracking system on your website so you can measure how many visitors you're getting every single day to the chiropractic site. You want to have a baseline before you implement this training because I want you to firsthand see the dramatic increases in traffic that you get to your website. And truthfully, Social Media Elite will teach you a set of skills that will generate you consistent streams of income and new patients for life. This is not just a one-and-done, fly-by-night strategy. In fact, for the low investment of this training, I mean, one new patient more than pays for it, but the truth is you're going to be getting patients every single month for as long as you're in practice, and that's a pretty good deal. This is going to help you get your chiropractic practice message of health in front of the right qualified patients. It's going to help you serve more people and give you an unfair competitive advantage locally. It will provide you with a proven internet marketing strategy. This is not based on theory. I've used this to build my own practice and help thousands of other doctors do the same thing. Strategy is what helps, and it really what separates those that get a couple new patients per month from the internet versus those that actually get a couple dozen. So it's all in the strategy. And social media will also allow you to reach dramatically more people and have more freedom and flexibility. So if you're interested in getting new patients without spending any money on traditional advertising and increasing your patient volume and practice income by 35 to 55% in the next couple months, then here's what I recommend you do. Go to dcincome.com/go/crazy-deal. You can see that on the screen right now. dcincome.com/go/crazy-deal. Right now, this program sells every single day for $597, but on this webinar only, you get to save 50% off the normal $597 fee. And not only that, I'm actually going to give you a couple different fast action bonuses to really get you started. In fact, this is over $1,765 in bonuses. The first one, you get a fast-track consultation to success with me. I don't let you speak with one of my assistants. You speak with me personally because I want to know your practice. That's a $500 value. You get my notorious 3-day new patient machine email sequence. This gets you a new patient boost in just 3 days from your current mailing list. Now, you can also use this as an effective reactivation campaign if you don't have a prospective patient list. This is a $97 value. The Content Marketing Blueprint training course you'll get access to at no charge. This shows you the fastest and most reliable way to increase and protect your Google rankings this year without going broke. This should say 2013. That's a $277 value. Not only will I show you that, but I'll show you the scripting process that I use to create content and also to outrank and to get more clicks than other people on the search engines. See, ranking number one on Google is important, but the truth of the matter is if you understand how to create subject headlines and compelling little meta descriptions for your content, you could rank number 2, 3, or 4 and still reap the overwhelming majority of the clicks, more than the number one listing. And that's a little secret that you don't really hear often, but it's really powerful. It's about understanding copywriting, how to phrase your words, which words are really more important psychological triggers, and I'm going to share with you that in the Content Marketing Blueprint. I love this training. It's one of my most passionate and most helpful. You'll also get unlimited email support with your investment in social media elite. If you have any questions, look, I've already been there, and I can guide you through relatively fast if you encounter an obstacle. I don't want you to stay stuck for a day or 2 days or 2 months. That's not how it's done. I want to be there to guide you through every step of the way. So you get unlimited email support with your investment today. And I'm also going to give you a never-before-release presentation stuffed with tips and strategies that help grow your practice. The average income in the room for this presentation was over $1 million a year. This is $197 value. I'm also going to give you the ultimate Facebook ads marketing blueprint to show you what you need to do to be successful running your Facebook ads. And I'm going to give you a special presentation that I did. I'm not sure if you can see this down there. This presentation was called the 3,000 Facebook Fans in 30 Days presentation. It's a $97 value, but I'm going to show you how to get an extra 3,000 fans to your Facebook fan page in just 30 days. This works like gangbusters, and I think you're going to be blown away with some of the strategies that I share within the course. So as I mentioned previously, if you're really interested in taking your practice growth to the next level, your marketing, and you want more new patients without spending any money on advertising, then definitely go to dcincome.com/go/crazy-deal, where you can access Social Media Elite at 50% off and also get these awesome extra fast action bonuses. Now, if you're in Category 3 by chance and you just don't have the time, energy, or effort to do this, which everyone has the time. It's just a matter of if we make the priority. And the truth of the matter is, even if you exercise this option, you still need to put a little time and energy on yourself. But this is where you simply just want most of it done for you, right? You want an automated system to help get you patients from the internet to increase your website rankings and traffic. Now, the patients don't happen overnight because there is a ramp-up time, obviously, especially if you don't have a strong presence in your market. And if you can't really commit to 3 months at least, then I wouldn't even recommend this service at all. But this is for those that don't have the time or want to learn the technical know-how to do the marketing. The company is called Automated Social Networking. There are no long-term contracts with this particular company. But again, if you're not really committed to at least 3 months, it's probably not for you because there is a ramp-up time depending on how competitive your local area is. It's the largest turnkey, everything done for you social media marketing company for chiropractors, and it does provide a comprehensive social media internet marketing campaign every week and every single month. What it will do for you is get you dramatically increased website traffic, referrals, better SEO rankings, word of mouth, and name recognition, which will ultimately lead to more new patients in your office so you can serve. Now, I will say that if you choose to invest in Social Media Elite today, if you have people in your office, your CA that can help you or a thing like that, you can be a lot more aggressive. Obviously, we have to keep automated social networking at an affordable price point for the average chiropractor and small business owner, but it just, feel it out and depends on and see which works better for you. But here's what you get. You have 3 packages, good, better, best, depending on how aggressive you want to be in your marketing. Now, you can also see a comparison chart at automatedsocialnetworking.com/benefits, and that'll show you a large list of comparison. We do the keyword research for you. We do video marketing. We create simple slideshow videos. Then we distribute them on YouTube and other channels. We create and manage your social profiles. We create content for your blog and post for you. If you have content, you have articles, videos, and press releases, you're more than welcome to submit those to us. We update your Facebook status with the content that we post. Facebook advertising, if you're interested in doing Facebook ads marketing, we can do that for you. Google AdWords, press release marketing, we write and create articles and press releases, then syndicate and submit them online for you. Social bookmarking, we do all that. Search engine optimization, Google Places optimization, link building. You have phone support and help desk 24/7, phone support from 9 to 5 every weekday. End of the month reports and tracking to prove really what we're doing for you. Custom website conversion analysis and much more. with automated social networking, we do have a 30-day money-back guarantee with this program. And we also have a 90-day Google rankings guarantee that you'll be on the first page of Google for the keyword that either you select or that we go ahead and select based on our market research. So again, it's a completely risk-free service, just like Social Media Elite, because we want you to at least do something rather than not taking action and not growing. So whatever service you feel is right for you, whether it's automated social networking, whether it's Social Media Elite, more than happy to help you. So look over the comparison chart with automated social networking, and you don't have a form in front of you, but when you do take action today, here's what we're going to give you for automated social networking. It's over 1,200 in bonuses. You get 2 extra videos created and distributed per month for you. You get a practice building mastermind with myself or my partner. You also get unlimited phone support with your account manager, and we'll also give you 50% off of the 3rd month subscription. We'll also waive the sign-up fee so you save an extra $197, and that's if you decide to take action today on this webinar. When you sign up, just go ahead and put that you heard about this particular offer through the Genesis software webinar, and we'll go ahead and hook you up, no problem. And it's time to walk the talk. The truth is, doctors that do the best realize prosperity and abundance. They walk the talk. They don't just talk about it, improving their practices. They actually do something about it. So wherever you fall on the spectrum, I would be thrilled to help you today. My email is always open to you. Send me a message on Facebook. I reply to everyone, unless you're just trying to spam me with some offers that I don't want. But I'm here more than willing to help you because I know and understand what it takes to be successful, and I want to at least give you that guidance, point you in the right direction, because I can definitely shortcut your learning and give you a fast track to practice growth. So again, this is Matthew. Hopefully you had a wonderful time on this webinar. Dr. Tabor, thanks again for having me, and the whole Genesis software team. I'm very grateful, because I think you guys are leaders in the profession, and I'm just very grateful to be on this webinar today.
Well, thank you, Dr. Luke, for taking the time and for sharing the information. And I am always just amazed every time I hear you speak. I have a page full of notes of things that I should be doing in my practice to make my practice better. So I just really appreciate you bringing all the valuable info to us through the webinars that you do and the speaking that you do. It's extremely valuable for us that chiropractors who are in practice. Every time I hear you speak, it makes my practice better. So, and for those of you who are listening, guys, I just want to tell you I highly recommend Dr. Luke's programs and his coaching. I'll just tell you, bottom line, they work. I mean, they work. And if you are wanting to take your practice to the next level and you want to learn more from Dr. Luke, I highly recommend you contact him. And I also want to thank you, Dr. Luke, for such considerable discounts for our followers that you've given on our webinar tonight. And I know there's some time restraints for some of those. So as soon as you get off this webinar, guys, contact him. Go to those websites that we discussed there. You can go to dcincome.com to get more information on Dr. Luke. Thank you again, Dr. Luke, for being here tonight, and thank you, everyone, for being on the call. And I guess that's it. Do you have anything else to add, Dr. Luke?
No, that's awesome, man. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak and help empower chiropractors. And so hopefully the doctors take this information that they learned this evening and implement it tomorrow. It will totally change your life.
Absolutely. Thank you.